All right, boys and girls, let's continue lesson 4, part 5. Here's our heart shape from the last video, which was a box with 2 cylinders. We put them on there and we grouped them together. Now let's continue. What we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this object. So it's real simple. All you have to do is first click on that object and select it, and then come up top to the menu and click the duplicate button. Now what happens is, if this is my object right here, my hand, the other duplicate comes right on top and sits right on top of the duplicate. You can't tell them apart. They're the same exact object. So there's actually 2 of them on the screen right now, and if you click that button already, you have 2 of them too. Let's go to the next step, part 6, and we'll see how we're going to separate them and make them into something cool. Okay, let's come with me. You already did what you needed to do here. Let's go on to part 6. Here it is. So you can see the picture on the left, and unfortunately, the program throws those hints in there to help guide you, but we don't need the hints here. What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to drag this object to a part of the, okay, hang on. No, I don't want to do that. I want to drag, okay. Well, it looks like we're kind of stuck here. Try to ignore the hints, and I'm just going to pay attention to the heart, the solid shape right now, okay? Try to ignore those orange lines that are the suggestions where it should go. And you don't have to worry about putting it inside. You don't have to worry about putting your shape inside the hints. Just follow along with me, okay? So what we're going to do first is we're going to, while holding down Alt, we're going to grab the height handle and we're going to make one of these shapes taller. So let me zoom in a little bit. We'll rotate it down just a touch, up just a touch, so we can see where the height handle is. It's right there. While holding down Alt, drag that and make it a little bit taller. You're going to see it gets taller in both directions, and we're going to fix that in a minute. But now you can see it's taller above and it's going down below the work plane. That's what we want for right now. Now we're going to grab one of these white corner handles, and while holding down Shift and Alt keys, so Shift and Alt, hold them both down, grab the corner handle and drag it and make it smaller. Make this shape smaller. Don't worry, we're going to fix it. I know it's disappearing, but just make it a little bit smaller. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take the Z-axis and we're going to drag the whole shape up this way. We're going to drag the whole thing up until this number right here, this number reads 0. So again, drag this until that number reads 0. We're almost there. Okay, there, we're reading 0. Now let's take the height handle again and let's just, don't hold down Alt this time, but let's drag it up. And now you can see that what we have is something very similar to what's going on in this picture on the left. Let's drag it around to make sure. Now what you might need to do actually is nudge it a little bit. Nudge it around until you get to a point where it looks like it's right in the center. That looks pretty good. It doesn't have to be perfect, boys and girls, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect. Just nudge it around until it's where you like it. That looks pretty good. And you can see that we have basically what is going on in that picture on the left. So let's go on to the next step. I'll see you in part 7. Well, actually, just come with me. I'll do it with you right here. Part 7. Okay, we're going to turn a group into a negative space, and that's not really true. We're just going to take this object in the center. So if I don't have anything selected, you can see it looks like that. I'm going to select the small heart in the center, and I'm going to, up in the Shapes menu, instead of clicking on the solid color, I'm going to click on the one next to it, which says Change to a Hole. Let's change it to a hole. And now this is what happened. You can see that I created a hole through the whole heart here. Okay, so instead of 2 hearts that are solid, I have 1 heart that's a negative space, a hole, and the bigger one is the solid object. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to, oh, we did that. Let's go to part 8. Come on, this is easy, right? Let's go to part 8. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to make this picture on the left. So it looks like a 3-dimensional heart with a space cut out on the inside, and super easy to do. All you have to do, if you have the center heart selected still, then all you have to do is make sure to hold down Shift key and select the bigger heart as well. Now both of them are selected, and what you're going to do is come up to the top and click on the Group button right there where I am. Click Group, and voila. There you go. You have a heart with a heart-shaped hole cut out through the middle of it, just like in the picture. Now, if you want, you can always resize that middle heart. Well, you can go back a step. You can see mine's a little thicker around the edges than the one in the picture. That's fine. But you got the right idea. That's how to take, we took 3 objects, a box and 2 cylinders. We made a heart shape. We grouped those all together. Then we duplicated it. Then we made a hole. And then we grouped those together. And we made this. Awesome. Good job, boys and girls. I'll see you in the next video for part 9.